Hi, chat. Good evening. Good evening. We are in the time of happenings, aren't we? Very much so. Welcome, everybody. So we've got some breaking legal news we're going to cover here. And if you guys are not aware, my name is Sean, also known as Potentially Criminal. I am a defense attorney. I practice in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And I focus on, like I said, criminal defense. So do a lot of criminal defense stuff. And we got some, is this a crime? Is it not a crime? You know, even if it is a crime, do we care? And how much do we care? And what should happen? And then at the end of the day, what's realistically going to happen? We're going to try to get to all of those. We're going to get to all those because there are a lot of questions here that I think can be discussed. Yes, breaking Nazi news. All right, guys. So, yes, we are going to get to this right here. Get to catch up on a couple of these comments here. Don't bother nonsense. We live in interesting times. Yes, we do. And I know people use it as a curse, but there's times where I'm like, I'm happy I'm in this time. You know, people are like, oh, you'd want to live in the boring times. I'm like, I don't know. That kind of suck after a while. This is pretty cool. Like, I get to live through 2016. Now I'm living through this, and I'm even a little more savvier and older. So it's like, based. Oh, yes. IU says the entire scenario is hilarious. It is. And guys, there are things you might not know we are going to get to that are just wow in this thing here. Oh. Why are so many Knicks retarded? I don't know. Yes, Iman Rezi says 2016 and 2016 part 2. It's kind of I do. It feels like we went back in time. Harambe dies, and then Peanut the Squirrel dies, and it's like we're kind of rerunning the same track, but like we changed the script just a little bit. So it'll be very interesting here. Yeah, don't forget Fred the Raccoon. Yes, I know. Don't forget Fred the Raccoon as well. But yes, so we're going to start talking about this Nick Fuentes. All right, Chad, if you guys don't know who Nick Fuentes is the founder and leader of America First, the America First movement. He's part of the sector, if you don't understand who that is. Ethan Ralph and all that. He is part of the sector. If you ever watch Kino Casino, you see the guy with the RPG TV hat on, Red Pill Gamer. That's Teddy Feezer. He is one of Nick's minions. Also, if you go back through the lore, you'll learn about names of like Jaden. Jaden was Nick Fuentes' producer and very loyal lackey for a long time. Then there were people like Flamenco, and there's an entire ecosystem of people and things out there you do need to know. And you can learn about. Yes. Sound the feezing horn. It's so. And some of you are probably like, Sean knows about, like, I know the lore, guys. I've been around. I told you. I've been all over the place. I've been placed on the internet you wouldn't believe. Yes. But anyway, Nick Fuentes was America First. Now, America First sounds pretty good. Although America First, according to Nick Fuentes, basically made him... well, actually, here's a good example of Nick Fuentes. Here's how he wants you to think he looks versus how he actually looks. I think that's probably the best way to describe this. There's what Nick Fuentes thinks he looks like, and then there's what Nick Fuentes actually is. So, this is what Nick Fuentes, you'd listen to him. Here's what you think he looks like. Here's what you think Nick Fuentes looks like. This is him. He's got all his boys around him. And if you guys have never heard of them, they're called Groypers. That's their nickname. That's the name they have. This is Nick Fuentes. This is what Nick thinks he looks like with his bullhorn And yes, for a while he was MAGA, but he very, for him, America First also became a very white supremacist thing. And it's really weird. Your name's Fuentes and you're white supremacist. And yes, having some half Mexican guy becoming the savior of the white race, it's like, not sure how that maths out, but yeah. But anyways, this is what you think Nick Fuentes, this is what Nick Fuentes thinks he looks like. And this is actually probably a more accurate representation of Nick Fuentes at the end of the day. This is probably a better version of Nick Fuentes, believe it or not. This is probably more accurate. Now, yes, he's Sephardic. It's a Sephardic name, not a Mexican name. Okay, my apologies. Anyway, there are issues with Nick Fuentes. He was involved in January 6th. He was up there with a bullhorn, actually telling people to get her done. And nothing ever happened to him. So it makes you wonder, is he a Fed? I think so. And as I told Gabe Hoffman asked me about that, I think Nick Fuentes is a Fed. Given the way he's done things throughout his time, I think he's entirely a Fed. I think he's a glowy of the highest order. And they use him to be a distraction and to break up organizations and movements. Now, we've learned a lot about Nick Fuentes since then. If you guys want to learn the lore, you can go on the forums and read it or other places. You learn about the cat boys. Yes, Nick Fuentes has an affection for cat boys. Yes, little twinks running around. Nick is not a ladies' man. Not really a surprise when you look at him. And also, Nick Fuentes when Jaden left his apartment, Nick Fuentes came over with a black light looking for cum stains. Yes, Nick Fuentes is a cum hunter of the highest order. Oh, Carla says, don't forget Carlin Borisenko. Or she spells her last name. Yeah. She's a whole nother lunatic on there, too. It says he's Jewish. Yes, I do widely believe he's a member of the Round Hat. He's a Little Hat member, which is weird because he does try to come across anti-Semitic a lot of times as an edgy boy. So, yeah, there's a lot going on there. Big Daddy Lance says Sean went there and back again on the internet. I've been over the hills and over the mains through Flanders, Portugal, and Spain, more or less, so to speak. He is a Fed. I think so. I think he's a Fed. You think NSA or CIA? No, he's just he's a good old FBI asset. Either way, Nick Fuentes has. He also did AFPAC. That was their kind of like CPAC thing. You guys remember Marjorie Taylor Greene was involved in that, and then that kind of just all turned into a dumpster fire. Well, anyway, in the lead up to this election, Nick Fuentes was not a fan of Trump. He didn't like how things were going. So what do we know? Well, we do know this, and he was getting ready to declare a Groyper War, which was some sort of retarded gay op that he was going to do. We don't really understand. I don't really know what. He said he had some plan. He was going to stabilize the Trump campaigns and all the election pushes out in Michigan as a great example. Yes, he went to the Trump dinner with Kanye. That was his last gasp lately. Or when Kanye was going crazy, he went to dinner with Kanye and he went down to Mar-a-Lago and had dinner with Trump. Kind of suckered Trump in, which that's his job as a glowy, is to discredit and disorganize and destabilize organizations and movements. So he did a really good job. Yes, he's also a pedophile sympathizer and friend. Well, yeah, Flamenco and all those guys are kind of pedos. By kind of, they are. Midnight Exile says he's Catholic. What makes people think he's Jewish? I've heard a lot of accusations about him. So, yes, we do have the video. So we're going to get to all of this. Now, just so you understand, here's who Nick Fuentes is. This was his plan to mess with the Trump campaign during the final days of the 2024 election. Here's him on his show. And he has this show where he sets up and he's like Robert De Niro on the Joker with his shitty backstage and everything. So he hopes somebody shows up one time with like a Colt tucked in their pants and just, you know, that'd be kind of funny. But anyways, here he is if you've never heard of him. Here you go, chat.
Yeah, but they're like, no, you can't. That's illegal. I was like, damn.
Oh my God.
Patriot sent $10. Can you tell us now what your illegal idea was for electioneering?
Yeah, we were going to make it.
So his plan was, what was his illegal plan for messing with the votes in Michigan?
An AI video of Trump declaring war on Iran. It's not that crazy, but they said, yeah, that's illegal because I guess they just made it illegal in every state since Elon did that thing with the Kamala ad. So I said, what if we did an AI ad and it was Trump declaring war on Iran, like from the Oval Office? That would have been really good. It was a really good idea, but they're like, no, you can't. That's illegal. I was like, damn. That sucks.
Anonymous Patriot sent $10.
Now it makes you wonder who told him that it was illegal and who told him he couldn't do it. You know, sounds like your Fed handlers. Yeah, I'm sorry you can't hear it too well, Jack. I can't turn it up any better. Basically, he said he was going to have Trump do a video where they were going to do a deep fake of Trump sitting in the Oval Office declaring war on Iran as a way to fuck with Trump in the election. So he probably does have a lawyer. Yeah, but like I said, I think he's still a Fed boy, so that makes sense too. So with that being said, Nick made a video in response to things with the 2020 election. And we need to move on from this to what he actually did. So this should actually come in a lot easier for you guys. And there are captions for this. So we're going to be able to do it here. This is Nick Fuentes a couple nights ago. Here's Nick Fuentes in reaction to the election. He didn't want Trump to win, but now he's all on Team Trump. So anyways, here you go.
Feel when we control your bodies. Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling. Dude, it's a ceiling made of fucking bricks. You will never break it. Your stupid face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie. Your body, our choice.
So there you go, guys. He, with that, get voice meter potato. You'll get more granular control of your audio. I'll work on that. I will work on that. Just like there's no way I'm having trouble boosting that. So I apologize, guys. Yes, the Sneed Beast got unleashed. That's Shame says, I love it. It's like, control me harder, daddy. Yes, it's an epic troll. Yes, I thought it was hilarious at the end of the day. Fuentes Shagun the View. Oh my God, that would just be yes, he might be a bit of a troll there. That said, he did trigger me timbers of quite a few Wamens, and by quite a few, I mean literally like a bunch of them. They lost their goddamn minds, and they went after him very quickly. The internet came to Fuentes and put all his shit online and doxed the fuck out of him, which, you know, you don't really feel bad about at the end of the day. But they did the one thing you're not supposed to do, and that is tip the cow. They went out and touched the cow. They went out and touched him. And you don't do that. Now, if you guys weren't aware, Nick lives in suburban Chicago. Actually, is it in Chicago itself, or it's somewhere like around there? But they did find his house. It got basically blown up all over Twitter. People started fucking with him. Yes, they tried to touch the moo-moo. Don't touch the cows, chat. Never touch the cows. So Berwyn is an inner suburb. Okay, so it's the west side of Chicago. It's a Beetlejuice country. Yes. So anyway, after a while, Google got it. People started using Google. Nick Fuentes' house. It's a public bathroom. This is his house. Well, it's actually his mom's house. It's labeled as Incel's home. Very, very funny. Very, 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 very funny. Oh, so that is currently what's going on for Nick. So his address is being used. Now, there are a lot of people who started doing things for Nick Fuentes. There's a couple of them, and I can't find it anymore. Yeah, his docs has already been public, but everybody made it public for all the dingbats. So they all show up, a bunch of people started fucking with him. I remember there was this one tweet, it's gone now, because I think it was a TikTok that got taken down. It was a gay guy, very muscular gay guy, and he's like, Nick, your body, my choice. And the funny thing is, joke's on you, gay guy. Nick is a raging homo. He would want you to pound his ass out. So, joke's on you again. Yes, he does live with his mommy. Now, this whole thing did make some funny memes, and I do think the memes are pretty good. And, we do need to look at some of the memes here before we get to the fun part. Yes, Rob O'Neill did it too. Yes. Yes, I do think, and this is Pepe the Frog chat, but this is the Graper version of Pepe. Obviously he's walking up on Lady Liberty like there are also, this one is very funny as well. This is a therapist after Nick's now infamous "Your body, my choice" forever comment. And yes, for all the left-wing women out there, their therapists are probably looking like this. And it very much is. Why is it still going? I should have gone once, chat. There are some other ones out there too. It's funny. Yes, they're, as Bill Gates got to say, "Your body, my choice," which you're like, that one's actually pretty poignant. Makes you hurt in the feels a little bit. Makes you hurt in the feels. Now, with these, the ones that did happen here, hold on here. Somebody's. Okay, that's not a problem. All right, so we're all set. Now, with this said, a lady went to his house. And it's this lady. Apparently her name is Marla Rose. And this is her. And obviously she's a happy Kamalaweener lady. So she showed up at his house and all hell broke loose. So people show up and she thought she could go fuck with him. Yeah, she doesn't look very stable. So here's what she did. She came up to Nick's house and, well, chat. Here we go. So this is her. Now, here's the problem. We don't have everything she did walking up to the door. We don't know if she was out there doing anything, and we're going to get to our analysis on whether or not this is legal. She's wearing cat ears just like Nick likes. Oh, no, Mimi. No, he's like, but you're not a boy. You don't have a penis. That's why he got mad. So here is the video presented without comment. Here we go.
Hi. Oh my God! What are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so that is what he did. Oh, God. That was good. That was good. This proves... I mean, on its face, he maced some Kamala lady. But it gets even funnier. As we learn, people then turned around and, as Mr. Showa, which... That's a hell of a name, Mr. Showa. Tried to find her house. You know, and yes, point and counterpoint, measure, countermeasure, or just throwing down the reverse card. No, you. Well, yeah. Now she did demonstrate herself being a radical feminist. So this is a funny comment from the AF Digest. You know, more than 72 hours after the failed attempt on Nick Fuentes, she has not been charged with attempted murder of their leader. So now this is one that I don't know if this is true, but if it is, this is absolutely fucking hilarious. This is another tweet here. Supposedly she's Jewish, with last name like Rose she could be. She's a Jewish feminist with purple hair, and this is another picture of her. Which, oh my God, Chad, if this is real, if this is real, we're in the best fucking timeline ever. We are in the best timeline ever if this is really real. Yes, imagine my shock. Oh, she wrote that herself. She's Jewish. Oh, hold on one second with chat. Yes, oy vey. Wow, so she really is Jewish, which it's just like, you know, God looked down upon us and was like, you guys need some funny shit in your life. Here you go. Here's 4 years of Joe Biden. Here you go. Here's the funny stuff. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Now, there have been some other memes, and you know, there's some other ones that have come out, and we're gonna get to the analysis here real quick on all this. And we'll watch it again. But I do like this one. It's the last thing a Jewish feminist sees after getting pepper sprayed. Then Sparta kicked down a flight of stairs. Which, if you guys remember going back to this, she went up these stairs and got maced and fell down them. So it is funny. But coming back to this, it's you know, just boom right in there. You know, it's John Wick style. You know, yeah, you know, Nick, are we back? Yeah, I got a feeling I'm back. Yes, he says, your body, my choice. Yes. And then this one I thought was actually very interesting, and how they did it there. But now let's go back and watch this again, because I do think this does bear reviewing a little bit. You know, what happened, and we don't know what happened. We got to slow this down just a hair, because we can see a lot more if we go a little slower. And I'm going to turn the sound down because it's going to go super slow. So this is 3/4 speed.
Hi. Oh my God! What are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here. So immediately, she hasn't even hit the doorbell, which means he's probably been sitting there waiting for people. And as soon as it came up, he just right into action with that. Yeah, he was fast with the strap, chat. He was fast with the strap. Now, remember, it's Chicago and it's Illinois, so him getting a gun is going to be very hard to do. There's also the issue of being a Fed. They probably don't let him play with guns. So now he takes her phone, and you can see her just laying on the ground there as a tub. Just like she's not screaming. That's the weird thing. Most leftists and people in general, when they get maced, they're like, "Oh my god!" Ah! Like you don't hear her like doing any of that, which is really weird to me. You don't hear any screaming or crying. I mean, think about when we watch like Antifa get maced by the police or anything like that throughout since 2020 onwards. There's usually some whining and crying. You don't hear it. It's dead silent. Like let's do that again. You know.
Hi. Oh my God! What are you doing?
See, it doesn't even sound like. Doesn't that sound weird? Like, oh my God, what are you doing? Oh, it's like, it's like, she thinks she's getting like bukkakied or something. Yeah, that's what I saw this. I'm like, this is really sus. And this is sussier than Nick and his cat boys right now, chat. Because she's just like, I mean, you can go on, like, we can go on YouTube and people who are getting maced for like real. It's like, it's pepper spray training is a bitch. I mean, even for like police and military, they have to do it. You know, you're gonna. Yeah, I mean, like this is a guy getting maced here. If you've never seen somebody get maced, part of your training as a police officer, you have to get maced and fight because when you use it on somebody, it gets everywhere. But like, here's a good example of it.
OC! How many fingers do I have up?
2. Officer needs assistance. 905 East Martin Luther King Drive.
Yeah.
Grabbing your gun. I'm grabbing your gun. Pull it up. Yeah, break. After relax. Tell him, get back. Get back. Cuff him. Tell him, give him orders. Turn around. Tell him, turn around. No. Come on. Tell him to turn around.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not something you're just like, oh, stop it. Like, what the fuck is this?
For life on the line.
Like, this is real pepper spray.